Good morning, everybody. I hope you all are doing well this morning. Good morning. I hope everybody is doing well this morning. It is a nice, cloudy, overcast, rainy looking day here in Fayetteville, where I'm at here on the East Coast. Have y'all looking at NextRad Ghost and at Earthquake 3D. And I'm going to give y'all some updates for the hurricane. It has slowed down and it has less than 125 mile per hour winds right now. So it looks like it's back to category 2. It has started a move up towards the coast here. So the updates I have are that big waves and rough surfs are expected along the Atlantic coast from central Florida to Canada as powerful and massive Hurricane Erin begins its slow cruise northward. It is moving at approximately 7 miles per hour. So it has slowed down from the 15 miles per hour and then I believe it was 12 miles per hour. Evacuations are underway along parts of North Carolina's Outer Banks ahead of an expected storm surge and waves of over 10 feet. And the National Weather Service has urged people to stay out of the ocean to avoid deadly surf conditions expected through at least Thursday. Officials in Dare County warned that roads, including the main exit routes, would soon be overwhelmed by water. Dare County remains under a state of emergency, and a mandatory evacuation order is in effect for Hatteras Island. Please note that NC Highway 12 may be impassable by August 19th at 5 p.m., and today is the 19th. In neighboring Hyde County, a mandatory evacuation order went into effect Tuesday for Ocracoke Island. Category 3 Hurricane Erin had 115 mile per hour winds, so it's a Cat 3, with gusts up to 155 early Tuesday, and it has slowed to a 7 mile per hour crawl as it battles headwinds. It appears to be making a long forecast northward turn that will steer it away from land on the U.S. mainland. Erin's large and expanding wind field means storm-driven waves, coastal erosion, and high seas are expected to batter areas of the coast, especially along the Outer Banks, the barrier islands that fringe the coast of North Carolina. So if you're looking on here, you can see out here where this juts out, that is the Outer Banks right here. At 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday, Erin was 675 miles southwest of Bermuda and 750 miles southeast of Cape Hatteras. It's forecasted to plot a path between the two on Thursday. Erin's forecast to substantially grow in size while moving over the western Atlantic through the week. Erin's strength should still fluctuate before it finally begins a wind down later in the week. So the Outer Banks, you guys, you'll know that the Outer Banks are at risk. Tropical storms and storm surge watches that are in effect for parts of the Outer Banks and coastal North Carolina mean tropical storm winds and higher than normal seas and sea levels are possible. The Hurricane Center has warned that storm surge could cause the water to rise 2 to 4 feet above dry ground along the Outer Banks as Erin pushes northward. The storm-tossed ocean is forecast to wash over low-lying portions of the islands and render the main transportation route, Highway 12, impassable in several locations for several days. So if we look this morning at weather.gov, this is our update, but I was also talking yesterday about something else coming off of South Africa. And I had mentioned that in my last live stream, I believe it was the last live stream I did yesterday, that there was another system that was coming off of South Africa. Well, here it is. It's already popped up off of South Africa. So it is following this one, as we know from watching yesterday. This one does this. But this one here is too early to tell. And Erin, here it is right here, has 115 mile per hour winds and is moving northwest at 7 miles per hour. So what does that mean for us? Well, at this time, if it stays on this trajectory, this area out here on the outside, and you know, the eye can go anywhere over here. So it can go from here, it could go this way, it could go this way, it could go this way. This just is a modeling of where you would see the highest tropical storm force wind possibilities. So this does reach into parts of North Carolina, and then this purple here is hurricane force winds, and this is by percentages of how much of a percentage that you can actually see. So right as of right now, this is good. However, this is just for the eye. So guess what? We're still going to see bands here in North Carolina. So I'll show you that on Windy. It's going to stretch over parts of the state. So as we look through here, watch this come up. And if you watch the orange on here, you'll see how far inland the orange goes. Now you can see some of the orange inundate in here. So it comes all the way inland. I'm right here, so it goes all the way in towards Charlotte. You'll see some rain towards Charlotte. And then this is the one system here. And then there is another system back here. So there's two, this one, and this one. Hey Nova Scotia, thanks for stopping into the chat. I know you're busy today, so I know you'll be in and out. So we can see that this one actually turned. But it does look like the other storm may be going in between Venezuela and Dominican Republic here. So we'll have to see what's going to happen with this one. As y'all can see, that other one is right here. And this is the other one that was following. So this one took a different direction. So we'll just have to watch and see, because this is like way out there in the future. And anything's possible. And this one hits up here between, I believe that's France and the United Kingdom. Okay, so that's as far as I'm going to go on that one. I have lost my voice after yesterday. I was live for 6 hours yesterday and then 2 hours in the afternoon. And my voice hurts, you guys. But I will be here to give updates. And probably not going to have as long of a live stream today as we had yesterday. It's just I wanted to go live, give an update, and let everybody know exactly what's going on with this hurricane. I'm not worried, but I am worried because this hurricane's been anything but on the path that they say it's been on during the last week. So I will be back in a few minutes. I'm going to see if I can find some more stuff. Checking out webcams. Just see what the areas look like. Let's see how this one looks today. This one still looks nice and peaceful. You can tell that there's storm clouds out there. So guess what? There's definitely a storm heading towards, whoops, what did I do here? There's definitely a storm heading towards Ocracoke. You can see the storm clouds offland here. This is Ocracoke. Let's look at Kill Devil Hills. I don't think that one's working. That's a camera view, a picture view. You can see that there's definitely big waves going on. Need to find a better camera that we can watch. But that's the ones that I knew of so far. Good morning, Auntie A. How are you doing today? That's the only one that I know of. The only ones that I know of so far. If you put in Ocracoke live cams. So trying to give a little bit of view. I've seen some other videos I can't put up that aren't mine, but I've seen other videos of the ocean and it looks rough. So how is everybody doing today? I talked so much yesterday. I think my throat, by last night I was talking, I was like, I've got to go to sleep. And I actually slept good last night. But my throat is still a little bit irritated. So the hurricane is down to 115 mile per hour winds. It is moving at 7 miles per hour. And it is going northwest. But it looks like it's lost its eye wall. You can see where the darkest area is here. The eye wall should be here, and I do not see an eye wall. Now, one of the things that it's dealing with is dry air. So that has slowed it down some. However, it does have the strength and it will move through this area. So they're also predicting that it will impact New York and New Jersey. This is an article from like 15 hours ago. However, says Erin becomes first major hurricane of 2025, going from a Category 1 to a catastrophic Category 5 hurricane with winds of 160 miles per hour. Um, Says local perspective on the current track, Erin is expected to run parallel along the eastern seaboard, meaning that it won't make landfall. However, we'll still feel its impacts as life-threatening surf and dangerous rip currents are forecast to threaten the area all week. What to expect? Increasing wave heights as high as 15 to 20 feet, dangerous rip currents, wind gusts up to 30 miles per hour possible, minor coastal flooding is possible. These rip currents pose real danger to swimmers. Early this month, one person died and 6 were rescued from rip currents in Seaside Heights in the nearby Berkeley Township. 2 swimmers were rescued after getting caught in rip currents. Also on Friday, a 13-year-old girl drowned in Belmar, New Jersey, though the case of death remains under investigation. There is a high surf advisory from Wednesday through Thursday for all the Atlantic beaches, and night will likely need to be extended. Ocean seas are expected to build to 11 to 15 feet or higher by Thursday into Friday morning, with the highest waves forecast south and east of Mauritius Inlet before subsiding into the weekend. Dangerous conditions are anticipated around inlets and entrances to Long Island Sound, along with potential for gale force wind Thursday into early Friday, especially south and east of Mauritius Inlet, according to the National Weather Service. As of Monday, the storm was in the Caribbean, headed towards the South Bahamas. It is projected to move later north this week. Today, the National Weather Service issued a high rip current statement, which goes into effect Tuesday evening for Long Island and New York. So, don't be in the water on at any time. This is not a good thing to do. On Wednesday, rip current statements from New York and New Jersey remain in effect. A high surf advisory is in effect from Wednesday through Thursday for all Atlantic Ocean beaches and will need to be extended. On Thursday and Friday, longer-term life-threatening surf and rip currents will reach their peak on Thursday and Friday. Wave heights will reach their peak and could be as tall as 15 to 20 feet. So the biggest threats from Hurricane Erin is expected to cause extreme damage to the Outer Banks in North Carolina, forcing evacuations. Severe inland flooding is anticipated, with homes and businesses at risk of structural damage, numerous roads likely to become impassable, and vehicles potentially submerged under several feet of water. Erin is forecast to remain a Category 2-3 storm as it passes offshore, with winds of up to 60 miles per hour and waves reaching 20 feet, exacerbating ongoing beach erosion and rising sea levels in the eastern Outer Banks. So there is another storm threat, which we had been discussing. It's got a medium chance of development in the Atlantic, an ocean's main development region, potentially forming into a tropical depression later this week. And that is the little one that is behind this one here. There is also a large group of disorganized thunderstorms off the coast of Africa that is moving westward, encountering favorable conditions for development as it approaches the Caribbean islands, possibly nearing the Leeward Islands by Friday. The next named storm in 2025 Atlantic hurricane season will be Fernand. So, let's see, what's the names of these hurricanes this season? Hurricane names 2025. So, the names for the hurricanes this year are Andrea, Dexter, Karen. Wait a minute. Let's go in order here. Andrea, Barry, Chantal, Dexter, Erin, Gabrielle, Karen, that one might be a bad storm, Lorenzo, Nestor, Pablo, Rebecca, Sebastian, Tanya, and Van. So those are the named hurricanes for this year. That is what their names will be. Let me see here if I can show this. So this is 2025. So we are on Erin, which is right here. And those are the names for this year. And apparently they already have the names for next year. So this is kind of cool. I'll post this in chat if y'all want to look at it. Here you go. That's all that you can read all about the names for the hurricanes and stuff, and a little bit of history. The sun is trying to break through there. I think it looks like it's trying to rain here. It is not a beautiful morning. Let me see here. Let's show you all what it looks like outside my window. It's nice, gray, and dreary. Nothing beautiful to look at today. Hence, the camera doesn't need to stay up. There is no beauty in the sky this morning. So it's just another one of those. Let me see. I wonder if it's going to rain all week. Because last week it rained all week. Okay, so put in my location. Well, it says it's going to be mostly cloudy, then slight chance of thunderstorms today, then partly cloudy with a slight chance of thunderstorms tomorrow, and then a chance of thunderstorms tonight. So that's what I got. They don't even have they don't have any hurricane weather listed on mine, so that's great. Good morning, everybody. I am glad you are here. I will be talking off and on. I am not going to talk the whole time because yesterday I ended up losing my. Well, I had ended up having a sore throat by last night. So I'm going to let y'all at it, and y'all feel free to chat in the chat room with each other. And I will be back with another update as soon as we have one. Hey, everybody. Um, Newest update from National Weather Service as of 8 a.m. Uh, it is now moving northwest at 7 miles per hour. The minimum pressure is 958, and maximum sustained winds is 110 miles per hour. So I believe that makes it a Cat 2. I'll have to look up the Saffir-Simpson scale. So let's see here. So, well, it's 112 miles per hour, so I guess it would still be a Cat 3. No, it's 110. Sweet. 110, it is a Cat 2. So I was right when I said that I thought it would be a cat, that it's a Cat 2. It has dropped. It was 115 miles per hour. So now, as the of the update 10 minutes ago, it is now a Cat 2. So that is good news. I hope that it stays less than a Cat 2, but that's just me hoping for something, because I want to see it not cause any damage, destruction, or any of that for anybody. And I've been watching it since it started out over here. So I'm just hoping that this big bad boy turns sooner and leaves. And yeah, this one is out here. It's got a 30% chance in the next 7 days and a 30% chance in the next 48 hours to become a tropical cyclone. And this one here has got a 60% chance through the next 7 days and a 10% chance through the next 48 hours. And of course, we watched already. If you go back on the live stream, you'll see where I showed Wendy and what it exactly it looks like it's planning on doing, which is fizzling out and becoming a nothing. So that is a good thing for this disturbance here. And then of course we've got Erin, who's moving at 7 miles per hour, is dropped to a Cat 2, and has 110 mile per hour winds, which is good news. And I'm eating cantaloupe, so that's why I turned off the microphone so y'all don't hear me over here eating this delicious fruit. Auntie, that actually sounds fun. I went to a dance one time, which was Scottish music or Irish, and it was a lot of fun. But that was in upstate New York, long, long time ago when I was maybe about 15 years old, and they played bagpipes and stuff, and I thought it was really, really special. Okay, so that was the latest update, you guys, about Hurricane Erin. Hurricane Erin has 110 mile per hour winds right now, is a Cat 2, and is moving at 7 miles per hour northwest. So we can see that it's taken a jog from where it was yesterday, which was here. If we're looking on the GOES, and it is now here. And it is moving rather slowly. Um, so that also is not good because it gives it time to actually grow. Um, Hopefully, if it grows too much, then maybe it'll weaken itself out. But it's also dealing with dry air and is dealing with a high pressure. So we'll just see what happens. And I will be back here in the background. I'm still looking for more updates. If you missed the beginning, scroll back to the beginning. We did a update. And I'm just leaving this up so y'all can watch earthquakes and weather and not so much hear me. Anyways, you guys, I'll be right here and watching the chat. Feel free to chat in the chat room. We have mods here, and our mods are in and out. They don't stick around the whole time. So somebody will be around in the chat room if you want to talk and talk with each other. Hey, Auntie A, are you asking him that for Canada or for another area? Yeah. He's saying no camping, hiking, anything fun. Um, he was talking about it the other day on his channel. He does cover the fire weather in Canada, and his area covers earthquakes, fire weather, and volcanoes and other things too. But hey, Nova Scotia, how is the fire going in your area today? Is my volume not working? It's on. It says it's working. I guess the stream might be behind again. Excuse me, you guys. I still have a cold. So, you guys, I have created a new song, and I'm going to let y'all be the first one to hear it. Can't play it too loud, so hopefully it'll come across good. So,
The sky cracks open like a jagged smile. A warning howl rips through the air. Trees bow low, but they won't stay a while. Their roots are trembling bare.
Hope y'all like that. That song is called Thunder Rolls Anywhere. And yes, I created that song. I'm actually working on creating songs and helping to upload other songs and stuff for other people and their bands and stuff to Ocala Beats. So you go and you check out Ocala Beats. I'm going to put it in the chat here. Let's see if it'll pull up. I might have done it wrong. Come on, Nightbot, wake up. Wakey, wakey, Nightbot. Let me see if I did it right. Gotta check Nightbot. Yeah, I did it right. Thanks, Auntie A. Mine too. I don't know why. Maybe it'll drop. Maybe Nightbot will drop the link. I did put it in as a command, so it should have put it into the chat room already. So I'm checking back in the chat room. But since it didn't, what I'll do is I'll just steal the command from my site. Since I put it in, and here I'll act like Nightbot today. There. Yep, that song will be over there on my new channel. Let me see if I can put my new channel on here. I think I do not have my new channel listed. Huh? Oops. Well, I don't have my new channel listed, but for those who want to find it, it's called This Crazy Life. So put the words in like that. Oh, Nightbot finally dumped it into chat. Nightbot's a little slow. Hey, I wonder what it'll tell me my weather is for today. Will Nightbot answer me? Current humidity is still bad, 89. Those commands for weather, anybody can use them in the live chat to ask for certain weather in the area that you live. It's ! weather, and then put in your area that you want to know. So if you put in like I did, you write it kind of like I did, then it'll tell you the weather for your area. I have set that command as a command that can be used by anybody in the chat room. I'll have to look that up. Gordon Stun School Pipe Band. McPherson's Lament. I'll have to look that up. I'm one of those people that likes Bach and Beethoven too. But then again, I grew up liking just about everything. Every different music genre there was. Wasn't so much into rap, but I do like some rap songs as long as they incorporate other types of music in it. I grew up to a little bit of everything. Being that I was born in the 70s, I went through the 50s music generation with my parents. and then the 60s music, 70s music, 80s music, all the way up until now. So there's a little bit of everything that I like, but what I notice is there's not so many songs being created anymore. Like big popular songs. A lot of the popular songs are the older songs. I did create a song called Hurricane Erin, so let's play this even though it isn't close enough to hitting. Well, I guess it has hit some land.
Oh, yeah. She came rolling in like a freight train loud. The sky split open and the thunder bowed. Aaron's right, oh, it kissed the ground. Spinning fast, spinning wild. Winds howl, they call her name. She's the queen of chaos, the queen of pain. Erin, Erin. Erin, through the night, stealing the stars, hiding the light. Erin, Erin, no one stands tall. You don't fight a hurricane, you just let it fall. You just let it fall. The trees bend low like they knew her well. The ocean screamed secrets to tell. She danced on rooftops, a storm-born spell left nothing but silence in her farewell. She's the breath of fury, the voice of doom, rattling windows, she invades every room. Erin doesn't knock, she breaks the door, leaves you with less than you had before. Erin, Erin, tearing through the night, stealing the stars, hiding the light. Erin, Erin, no one stands tall. You don't fight a hurricane, you just let it fall. You just let it fall. Oh, yeah. Just let it fall. She's the breath of fury, the voice of doom, rattling windows, she invades every room. Erin doesn't knock, she breaks the door, leaves you with less than you had before. Erin, Erin. Erin, Erin, no one stands tall. You don't fight a hurricane, you just let it fall. You just let it fall.
That's my hurricane song. That's going from Cat 1 to Cat 5 as fast as it did. And then I have one for you guys. This should get your morning going. 1 second and let me get it. This will be for y'all's morning.
Sunrise creeping through my window pane, dreams dissolve like sugar in the rain. Eyes half open, heart still in the dark, but the kettle sings my morning hymn, steam rising like a secret hymn. No coffee in the morning, oh, saves my soul. Little cup of magic makes me whole. Sip by sip, I find my groove. Coffee in the morning, yeah, it makes me move. Spoon clicks the mug like a beating drum. Milk swirls slow like the day to come. Bittersweet, a little life to taste. Wake me up, hold me tight. Liquid courage in the light. You're the spark to my fire, the fuel to my desire. Coffee in the morning, oh, saves my soul. Little cup of magic makes me whole. Sip by sip, I find my groove. Coffee in the morning, yeah, it makes me move. Spoon clicks the mug like a beating drum. Milk swirls slow like the day to come. Bittersweet, a little life to taste. Wake me up, hold me tight. Liquid courage in the light. You're the spark to my fire, the fuel to my desire. Coffee in the morning, oh, saves my soul. Little cup of magic makes me whole. Sip by sip, I find my groove. Coffee in the morning, yeah, it makes me move.
So, Auntie A, the answer to that is I create the song and then I put it into AI Music Co. It's an app. And then I put together the instrumentals that I want used. And then they provide the song, the singer. So, I'll put that in chat. It is a paid for site, so any music that you make is your own music. You could, of course, probably ask it to make you a song, but and then put them in. That is the best way to do it. And this site belongs to a friend of mine, so I also share that site with other people. And the songs are licensed to you, so therefore they are your own songs that you have created. Hope that answers the question. Because I can't sing, but my son, he's a drummer in a band, and they're gonna take some of the songs that I've made and redo them through his band. So I'm waiting for that to be done, which I think that would be really cool. But on that site, you can use whatever genre you want. And this one is for all you earthquakey people out there who enjoy watching earthquakes. I did create one just for earthquakes.
Restless, there hums and moans, cracks in the pavement, splitting stones. Silent whispers turn to roars. What's beneath one's out for sure. The walls are swaying back and forth like they're dancing with the earth. Not the earth. Tremble and shake, feel the quake. The world's alive, it's wide awake. No time to run, no time to fake. Tremble and shake. grief, windows rattle, their glassy song, the night feels loud, voice wrong. It's the heartbeat of a buried giant, breaking chains no longer quiet. A river wild, no man can tame, the earth's alive, it thinks it's clean. Tremble and shake, feel the quake, the world's alive, it's wide awake. No time to run, no time to fake. Tremble and shake, feel the quake. Down like falling leaves, the chandelier swings, it starts to grieve. Windows rattle, their glassy song, the night feels loud and twice as long. It's the heartbeat of a buried giant, breaking chains no longer quiet. But with a wild, no man can tame, the earth's alive, it sticks, it's clean. Tremble and shake, feel the quake, the world's alive, it's wide awake. No time to run, no time to fake. Tremble and shake, feel the quake. Not the earth.
And that was Tremble and Shake. Whoops. I am like all over my screen here. Okay, so I want to do something real quick. I'm going to put something else into Nightbot here because I never set up commands for my own channel. So, okay, so hopefully that's in there. Let's see, I'm going to go over here. I know, isn't it? I thought I did good. I've been writing poetry since I was a little kid. And I've written poetry off and on for years. So I thought when I was introduced to that site, I thought, oh, let me check this out. And so I started putting my poetry and stuff into it. And you have to write the verses. So you write all the verses and you put them together. Then you tell it what genre of music you want. And then it goes through the process of making the song for you. And it's actually really cool because the fact that the ones that I've done have actually come out really nice, I think. And a radio station picked up one that I did and has actually put it on their radio station, and that's Ocala Beats. So I think that's really cool. And then on top of that, I am working with Ocala Beats. So everybody, I put a chat. If you go back in the chat room, I put a link in there for Ocala Beats. You can check out his website. He also has a Facebook. And if you are a singer or you have your own band, you can send him soundtracks and he will put them on his radio station for you. That way you're getting your name out there and you're getting recognized for your music. But I do some of the updates, so that is cool. I'm actually, what do you call it? A manager now? And I'm hoping that that will allow me to also play some music that is not mine on YouTube. So that would be a nice trade-off there as well, is being able to play some music from other people without the copyright strikes and all of that stuff. But as far as I know so far, playing my own music, there is no issue. So I don't have to worry about YouTube saying, oh, that's copyrighted. Nope, it's not. It's got my license on it. You guys, so Nova Scotia Ridgequake, he is in and out of the chat room. He has a friend in Australia, so he does a lot of playing different games with his friends in Australia. So that's what he was just saying. He said him and his friend talk almost every morning. Oh, Auntie A, my kids love all different types of genre of music. They're not so crazy about rap music either. That's just one of the things I don't know. There may be a two. I used to watch Tupac Shakur and some of the other songs, but not as much as I like watching. If I have to say a favorite music of mine is country. So I love country music, but I love the type of music that I've been making. So those are the genres that I actually like. Plus I like the blues. And you won't hear a lot of people say that they like blues. And then I like soul music. And I like bluegrass. I don't know if many people know what bluegrass music is, but when I was younger, our parents would get together with a whole bunch of people and play musical instruments and sing. And it was, I think we were in Virginia. We would drive up to Virginia from Nancock, Virginia. We would drive up past Richmond, and lots and lots and lots and lots of people would get together with different instruments and play. And I remember, it's really good for kids to be exposed to different kinds of music as well. It lets them know that there's not just one certain type out there. So I'm hoping you guys are not seeing any ads on this live stream this morning. I will apologize. I did not realize that my monetization was turned on yesterday for my live stream, so y'all were probably seeing ads yesterday. Today I do not have any ads on. I will, however, turn the monetization on after the live stream. I just don't want y'all being interrupted with ads every 5 minutes. So trying to keep that to a minimum here so that y'all are not having ads on the live stream. Doesn't matter to me. I'm not in this to make money. I'm in this to have fun and to share information with you guys. So that is my reason for doing the live streams. And I'm trying to make them longer every day for you guys so that they're not so short and I can get more information into everybody that needs it. For anybody popping into the live stream right now, Hurricane Erin is a Category 2. Hurricane Erin is a Category 2. It is moving northwest at 7 miles per hour. It is expanding, as you can tell by looking at the GOES. It is expanding, but it is running into some dry air. And that is going to slow it down, but it will go through that dry air and that pressure set up there. It has already cost several places to be without electricity. And those places so far, from what I've been reading, have gotten most of their electricity back on. The East Coast is looking at wave action, so please do not go swimming. There is rip currents. This is already out ahead of the storm. Hatteras and Ocracoke have been evacuated. Those are the islands that are over here, so this is the Outer Banks right here. The biggest problem that I'm thinking we're going to be seeing is inland flooding, because of the fact that the Cape Fear River runs from the ocean all the way up through to up here. So that water is going to be pushed up the rivers. So there will be most likely inland flooding. In my area, I think I live a half a mile to a mile from the Cape Fear River. And so whenever we get rainstorms or we get hurricanes, we do end up having flooding. So it's not my area per se that floods because I'm kind of on a hill, which is lucky. However, the the houses down behind mine, down towards the river, they do flood. And then there's other areas here in Fayetteville because of the other rivers that are attached to the Cape Fear River. So that is one of the big issues that comes along with hurricanes, because hurricanes push that water up on land. And it also depends. It's worse if it's a high tide. When you have a high tide, then you already have a higher tide, and then you have a storm surge on top of that, and that just pushes the water on land. I hope I've had my, yeah, I had my microphone on. Okay, I was checking because I see people check in, check out, check in, check out, but that's fine. This stream is, you can stick around and hang out in the chat room or come back and check later and see what's going on or if anything's changed. This is just for information, and it's me watching this hurricane because I want to know exactly where it's going and how much of an effect there's going to be. I do have family that lived out in Ocracoke, so just trying to make sure that things are going to be okay. And it is a nice, cloudy, yucky day outside. So my bot did not post the YouTube channel. Wonder why it didn't. My bot likes to work for some things. I don't think I'm paying the bot enough. I've got that coffee in the morning makes me move song in my head. Seeing if my bot is working. Bot, are you working? Bot, wake up. We need you. There you go. Let me see. I'm going to add one more. Okay, let me see if this one works. Oh, wow. You've got a 15-foot high wall now instead of dunes? Was that from storms? Is it a wall or is it a wall of sand? Coffee in the morning, yeah, it makes me move. A little bit of magic in my soul. Wall of sand. Ah, okay. I would say over the last 10 to 15 years. Was that built up because of erosion or when? Do you know? Because a lot of times when that happens, it's because of erosion. I hear Scotland's very beautiful. Okay, let's see if we got any more updates yet. It is 9. So, okay, so you guys, this is just new N. This is expected. Hurricane Erin is expected to get bigger and the wind field is increasing. Hurricane Erin is already a large hurricane and is forecast to grow significantly in size as it moves to the north. As Erin grows, so does the wind field, meaning impacts can be felt even further away from the storm. The center of Erin will pass east of the Bahamas today. Tropical storm conditions are possible as early as late Wednesday across the outer banks of North Carolina, where tropical storm watches are in effect. So that is by tomorrow, they should start having tropical storm conditions. Okay, so that is by tomorrow. Um, Hurricane Erin is on a path to head north, more or less parallel to the east coast, and will probably grow larger and bring dangerous rip currents to the coast this week. The National Hurricane Center in Miami stated the hurricane wasn't expected to make landfall over the U.S., but people in North Carolina's outer banks were warned of possible coastal flooding. That has triggered evacuation orders. Erin is the first Atlantic hurricane of 2025, was downgraded to a Category 2 storm Tuesday morning, this morning, as it turns over the Atlantic Ocean north of the Caribbean. It previously was a Category 5 on Saturday before weakening to a Category 3 early Sunday morning. Then it regained strength later again in the day. As of 8 p.m. Tuesday, Erin had maximum sustained winds of 110 miles per hour and was moving northwest at 7 miles per hour. The storm center was 665 miles southwest of Bermuda, 720 miles southeast of Cape Hatteras, North Carolina. A Category 2 storm is defined as having maximum sustained winds from 96 miles per hour to 110 miles per hour. Erin is just under what's considered a major storm, capable of causing devastating damage with maximum sustained winds of at least 111 miles per hour. Forecasters said fluctuations in Erin's strength were possible over the next few days. So, that is what I have that's the newest. Hurricane Erin is going to affect the United States along the eastern seaboard, where it will feel the effects of dangerous rip currents, high waves of 10 to 20 feet over the next several days. I would tell you, if you're planning on going to the ocean, don't. It's not going to be a very safe environment if you're going to the ocean and you want to go swimming. There are dangerous rip currents, and rip currents are now narrow channels of fast-moving water that commonly occur along the U.S. coastlines and can pull even strong swimmers away from the shore. If you did go swimming and you get caught in a rip current, do not try to swim back to the beach. Instead, swim along the shoreline until you reach the beach, because you will be able to swim along the beach, which will help you to break free of the rip current. But if you try to swim against a rip current, you're going to end up overtired and not able to make it to the beach. Okay, so that is the latest 9 a.m. update for Hurricane Erin. And this is the list of names so far, and the ones that have been marked off. That's coming from CBS News, so you can see the list here. Ferdinand, Gabrielle, Humberto, Imelda, Jerry, Karen, Lorenzo, Melissa, Nestor, Olga, Pablo, Rebecca. Hey, my name's on there. Sebastian, Tanya, Van, and Wendy. Those are the ones left to go. So right now, Erin has been marked off the list because Erin is a named storm. NOAA forecasters are predicting that there could be between 2 and 5 major storms in the Atlantic this season. Well, let's hope there's only one and this was it. It's all right. You don't have to keep saying you were in Australia. You weren't in Australia. You were in Canada talking to somebody in Australia. Hey, you guys, if you're new here, please remember to subscribe. I'm asking you nicely because I don't know what happened yesterday. YouTube, make sure you check to make sure you are still subscribed. Because YouTube, I had new subscribers yesterday, and then YouTube removed some of them. So please make sure you are still subscribed. And also hit the little bell icon. That'll let you know when I go live. And if you want to become a member, we do offer memberships on this channel. Now, this live stream I'm doing is not my usual videos or live streams. Usually we have a live stream that goes through all the information, and it's usually over within an hour. However, I have been doing longer live streams the last few days because of the hurricane. So therefore, I'm trying to give as much information as I can, hang out with you guys in chat, and watch what this hurricane is doing. I am curious because I live on the East Coast of the United States, so this affects me, and it affects other people that I know. I'm going to have to look those up and see what they look like, Auntie A. She says her favorite place in Scotland is the Summer Isles, also Lewis and Harris. Y'all may hear my granddaughter in the background. She's awake now and getting her breakfast. It'll be her second bowl of cereal because her mom doesn't know I fed her the first time. What is our latest earthquakes on EMSC? Well, the latest earthquakes on EMSC have been a 1.5 Canary Islands, Spain region, a 2.5 in Western Turkey, a 3.2 in Western Turkey, and a 2.0 in Western Turkey. Our 5s for today so far have been just 2 of them. There was a 5.1 in Hindu Kush region, Afghanistan. It was 190 kilometers deep. That's pretty deep for that region. And then there was a 5.7 in Drake Passage. So those are the fives for today. Not a whole lot of fives for today. Thank goodness they seem to be slowing down some. Just there with the deeper fives, I am going to say that we need to be keeping an eye out for bigger earthquake. I don't think our earthquake storm is over with. Huh. I went, y'all are talking about family history. I went through my family history and, I have what do you call it, the geology records, and went all the way back, and I have so much royalty in my background. It seemed like everywhere I looked there was a king this, a king that, or queen this, a queen that. And all started before my biological family came to the United States. So makes me wonder if they left from over there, moved over here, and decided just never to go back. My person that put us here in the United States, I guess he was a sir somebody. So yeah, it's interesting, and it's really interesting to look through your history of your genealogy. That is fun. Hey, Richard, there's already a guy that's claiming that he's a king and he lives in New Zealand. So you'd have to probably talk with him. I think we did a live stream a long time ago. I did a live stream on my geology. I mean on my what do you call it, ancestors. I can't talk straight today, you guys. I have a sore throat, and yeah, it's affecting me. Oh, you guys know there's a new CV virus out there, right? So they want to scare the heck out of us, and they've called it. It's got a name. Let me see here. It's got a name that I think is supposed to scare people. It's called Nimbus, but it's known as the razor blade throat. And I think that they're trying to get people to go get more shots, is why they're trying to make it sound so scary. But I'm pretty sure that it's probably just as bad as either of the other two CV crowns that there were. Anti-A is number one. I think that you don't really have much to worry about, Richard, because that fire is so far away from you still. So I wouldn't worry too much. But however, I would make sure that you're staying inside and staying indoors if you have a lot of smoke, so that you don't get sick from the smoke. Make sure you take like towels and put them around your windows. That'll keep smoke from getting into your house. But yeah, being outdoors if it's really, really smoky is not good for your health. Let's see here. I might be able to pull this up. Um, okay, this is kind of cool. This is Earth.null school. Let me see if I can do this again. So, oops. This shows all the ongoing fires. If it'll pop back up, there you go. So this shows all the ongoing fires. So this shows the fire. I gotta wait till it refreshes again. So this is the fire that I'm talking about, which is by Richard. It is right there, but there's also one across the river here. This one is an out of control fire, but it shows quite a few little fires here as well. You can see all the fires up here in Canada. All these little red dots are fires. There you go. Whoa! I wasn't trying to do that. Okay. Huh? Whoa! How freaky! Yum 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 yum. Okay, let's go back to A. Anyways, this is earth.nullschool.net. So on here you can also look at. Let me see here. You can look at chemicals. So I have the fires still turned on. I believe we're looking at smoke here. That's SO2SM. And we can see our hurricane over here. That site's really cool, you guys. It's fun to use. It's fun to explore through, especially if you know what you're doing. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna go refill my coffee and I'll be right back. Okay, everybody, I got some more information for you. This is from yesterday, however, it is from the afternoon. It says 5 states are at risk of heavy flooding as Hurricane Erin rapidly approaches the East Coast. It is now a Cat 2, just so you guys know, but yesterday it was a Cat 4. Flash flood warnings have been issued for Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, which are expected to remain in place until Thursday evening. A coastal flood advisory has also been issued for New Jersey and Delaware. North Carolina's Hatteras Island has been evacuated, and the Outer Banks has declared a state of emergency. National Hurricane Center warned that Erin could cause coastal flooding and storm surges, leading to flooded homes and roads across multiple states, with the Carolinas hardest hit. The National Weather Service warned that high surf, flooding, tides, and gusty winds can render parts of North Carolina's Highway 12 impassable for days. Erin is forecasted to stay around 200 miles offshore as it moves up the east coast with rip currents and waves over 20 feet. Erin's wind reached 130 miles yesterday, with further strengthening possible. However, it has, at this moment, is actually growing and has winds of 110 miles per hour. So hopefully this means that it's battling to actually move. So we'll see what actually happens. It means it's getting interesting. Tropical storm warnings were issued for Turks and Caicos and Bahamas as thousands remain without power in Puerto Rico. So that's the newest that I have for you as far as Hurricane Erin. I'm watching this get ripped up here. This is really interesting. So it looks like it's being pulled off after, which would be good if it turns now and just goes. So let's see what weather.gov has to say, if anything has been updated. It's still got 110 mile per hour winds. Its millibar is 958. It is moving at 7 miles per hour still. And you guys, the radar does update by itself, so I don't need to update the radar. The radar updates on its own. I just gave an update on the hurricane for anybody that is looking. Scroll back, and I've given several updates in the last hour. I am working with a sore throat this morning, so doing my best here. I'm looking at that dry air getting in there. That's a good thing. I'm hoping that this hurricane is losing its strength and power. I'm still taking my meds, but I ran out of my antibiotics already. I was only on, what, 7 days antibiotics? So I ended up with a sore throat after finishing the antibiotics. Uh, hey, I want a hot toddy. That might work. Yo, Richard, you still in the chat? For those who haven't seen it, here's Erin. Here's our 60% chance of a cyclone formation in the next 7 days with a 10% over 48 hours. And the newest little disturbance coming off of South Africa, where I stated yesterday there was another disturbance coming. So, I was right in watching for that one. This one has a 30% chance of forming, but by the looks of it, it's going to go down this way. So it's going to come down here in between South America, Mexico, and the Bahamas, and Dominican Republic. And then we'll take a look at wind speeds here. This is what this is showing this is going to do. It's stretching out. So in Nova Scotia, if you're in Nova Scotia, you will be affected. All the way up through parts of Virginia, Washington, D.C., New Jersey, Delaware, even a little bit of the tip of Connecticut and Massachusetts. So this is something to keep an eye on, and this will start affecting people before this eye gets up here. This is wind speeds. Let me see here. Potential rainfall. Well, we're going to have very little rain, so that's a good thing at this time. But it looks like Hatteras, Wilmington, and these areas are going to have rain. 2 to 4 inches of rain. That's not too bad. But what they're dealing with mostly is high water, beach erosion, and flooding. And this cuts across here, so this eye, you guys, can go this way. It can go this way. It can go this way. It could go this way. It could go this way. So the eye can go whichever way it wants to go. Let's see what 5-day wind speed possibilities is. So that's the 5-day earliest times of arrival for tropical storm force winds is by Wednesday. Let me see. Between Wednesday 8 a.m. and Wednesday 8 p.m., it'll be across North Carolina and South Carolina. Yep. So even South Carolina is going to feel some effect from this as well. That's true, Auntie A. Let me see. I had a real high fever one time. Somebody gave me a hot toddy, and it actually worked. Anybody that drinks a hot toddy when they're sick, it'll break your fever, that's for sure. You had a long journey getting your water. Huh? I can post those to your YouTube channel later, Richard. But I won't show them on my live stream because the fact that I'll show your cat. Your cat's cool. But I won't post them on here if I'm going to put them on your YouTube channel. Hey guys, that's Richard's kitty kitty. Kitty, 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 kitty! Hey, kitty! But yeah, I can put those together for you in a little while and put them on your channel for you. Dad. You're welcome. Can't do it right now because I'm busy live streaming, but I will do it after the live stream and make sure that I upload it. Boy, Nightbot sure likes to post EMSC a lot. I'm going to have to fix his whiskers. Let me see here. Nightbot, you're posting it too often. And yeah, every 5 minutes is too often. I think I got the timers right. I've got to go through these and do them again so that the timers are good. Okay. Nightly bot. The Rebecca bot. Might have one of the boomer being bad too. Oh, you guys, it is so yuck looking outside today. It's going to be one of those dreary days where it looks like it's going to rain. It might rain. We might get a thunderstorm. But it's just one of those yuck days. They say it's not hot. I don't think it's hot out today. Let me see here. Is it hot out today? It's 76 degrees and feels like 82. Let's see the history. This is according to MSN. Let's see the history of this hurricane. So it started here, all the way over here. It was a Cat 1, came a Cat 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 3, 4, 4, 3. It's a 2 now, but it's MSN saying that it's a 3 as of 4 a.m. So as of now, it is actually a 2. This is what they're showing that they think it's going to do. Sure doesn't look like it's staying within their lines, though. Thank you, Auntie A, for being here. I appreciate your time this morning. Hi, Rayleigh's Law. Oh, I get you. Trust me, there is another hurricane coming, and it's called Rebecca, and it's further down the list, but hopefully it doesn't make it to the R's this year. And then we also have one hurricane on the list called Karen. That could be a bad one depending on how you look at it. Riley's Law, welcome to the chat room. Yes, I think it is pretty. I've been watching it for the last 2 days, but I've actually been watching it longer. I just wanted to do a live stream for people who want to see and know what's going on. I'm switched between earthquakes and the hurricane. And also, I'm watching for earthquakes down here where this hurricane is, because that's one of the things that we've seen in the past is earthquakes actually strike in the areas where the hurricanes are at. Agreed on the names. I think it looks like it's being ripped apart right now. That's just my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looks like it's being ripped apart. But then again, they said that it would grow bigger. And it has definitely slowed down to 7 miles per hour. And it is growing wider. Just don't want to grow too wide. Skylar, what are you doing? You don't know? Are you meowing? Hey, you're a cat. Oh, yes. As Richard just stated in the chat room, if you want to check the weather where you live at, put in the apostrophe symbol, weather, and then write down the town. No, I don't think so. It depends on the high pressure ridge and the low pressure ridges. I don't have those turned on, but it does depend on those. I think it can push the storms in the jet stream and it goes a different direction. So yeah, a high pressure ridge can push a low pressure ridge to go a different direction. So I guess that would be the answer. You'd have to watch somebody who's more schooled in weather for that answer. I am just a newbie who unfortunately loves looking at radar and weather and seeing what's happening. I know a little bit, but not enough. And yeah, I can see these storms over here in Louisiana and Mississippi, Alabama. Nova Scotia, where do you think it's going to hit the hardest? I personally think that it's going to get pulled further away from land. So that's what I'm hoping for. I might be wrong, but that's what I'm thinking. It's going to start its turn and it's going to go up through this way. Because I'm watching it get pulled. But then again, I'm looking for the eye wall, and the eye wall is still closed. So there is still no current eye at this time.
And I watched all that power. It looks like it just got sucked out. Now, you guys watch the black area. This is the powerful part of the hurricane. And watch it just go straight to red. This is while it's undergoing eye wall replacement. You think it's going to go in between me and Florida? Yeah, there's people have been saying that they think that it's going to hit North Carolina and South Carolina. I'm just watching to see which way the wobble goes, because right now it looks like it's staying in one place. Maybe it's me. That's what I'm seeing. Thank you, Rose. I understand. And TV view is actually a lot nicer than computer view. I had it up on my TV yesterday, and I was like, wow, that is so cool looking. So, thank you for being here. If there is any questions or complaints, you may email the mod team at rtheexplorer@aol.com. We may not answer right away, but we will answer. And if you are one of those people that unfortunately gets banned out of the chat room, send a message there and your reason why you got banned, and I will review it. We don't normally ban people from our chat room, so therefore, as long as you're keeping it clean, you can talk about whatever topics you want to talk about. And you can talk about whatever topics you want to talk about in the chat room, just as long as you keep it clean. You set to 200 frames? Huh? I believe it's on 200 frames. It refreshes every 4 minutes and 45 seconds. Thank you, Riley. I saw you said I'm a super noob, so I could be asking super noob questions as well. You're welcome. On this channel, I try to answer what I can answer, and if I can't answer it, I would tell you that you need to check another channel that can give you better information than me. We don't try to answer questions that we don't understand. So, Dirge341 says, at this point, we know it stalled for 2 hours last night. You add in wind shear and a constant failure on the eye wall replacement. It's not a surprise it stalled again. Yep, that's what I'm looking at. It also looks like it's getting a lot of dry air in there, if I'm correct. Dry air doesn't work very good when a storm is trying to rebuild an eye wall. So yeah, it does look like it's stalled. Welcome to the chat room, Dirge341. Appreciate having you here. Yeah, it does. It looks like it's stalled and it's just spinning in one location. And it's being torn apart. But they're saying that it's actually growing, so we'll see. Dirge says, if it makes landfall at this point or gets extremely close, and that's a big if, then it would have to be the high pressure ridge behind it while weakened to push it eastward. Yep. If I'm correct, isn't this a high pressure ridge in front of it as well that it's pushing up against? I'm learning. because I know that the hurricane itself had a low pressure ridge inside of it. So you're a DoorDasher. Awesome. I like DoorDashers. DoorDashers are cool. I've had to use DoorDashers several times to get food to my house. Thank you for your service, and thank you for putting up with a lot of people who are probably grumpy half the time. Thank you for telling me I'm correct. Yes, that is a high pressure ridge there on the other side that is pushing against. And I am pretty sure that the white area here, as you see in here, is dry air. So you see a lot of dry air around it, which I believe it's called sloughing, when it pushes out the dry air from the hurricane. I'm still learning. I'm a noob. One of these days I'll be able to look at it and go, and this, and this. Okay, the time frames on the earthquakes are, and I'll put it up here big, it's 2.5 EMSE World's Last 50, 5.0 Geoscience Australia 7-day, no depth, and then we have BGS UK 30-day for Britain and UK, 0.0 plus and greater USGS 1 day, and then I have GeoNet up here for the last 150. I could, whoops, let me put that back up. I couldn't get the I couldn't get one of the feeds to work, so I've actually messaged about it. However, I've got all the earthquakes that I can get on here. Two of the links were not working, so I actually emailed Walton about the fact that there was a problem with Earthquake 3D. I don't know which sector that is. Let me see here. It's Southern Conus and Mexico sector. So it shows the bottom half really good. That's why I went with this one, so that you can see the east coast of the United States. And as we move further up, I'll change it to the other sectors so we can see what it's doing and where it's going. But for now, all I've noticed this morning is it really hasn't moved at all. You're welcome, Richard. Yes, I would love for it to be a fish storm. And I'm pretty sure the one behind it and the one behind that are both, well, the one behind it is fish storm. The next one coming is the one I would keep an eye on, because it's going to come in between Mexico and Dominican Republic. So it could end up in the Gulf of America, hashtag Gulf of Mexico, and could actually cause a storm from there. So we just have to keep an eye on this. And if you look really closely, I think we're seeing smoke in the background here on this as well. Drive safely at Dinge 341 while you're doing your DoorDash work. And no, you guys, I did not turn on monetization. I'm apologizing for yesterday. I did not realize that I had turned on the monetization, or it was already on, because when I went live, the OBS is sometimes set. So I had thought that it was off and was noticing that I was getting ads and other people were noticing they were getting ads. So I did check afterwards, and yes, it was on. So I apologize. Today it is off. I did check. So there should not be any ads today. Now, I probably will turn on the monetization for anybody who watches after the stream. That is pretty much one of the things that I do with my videos. I will, a lot of times, leave them unmonetized while my live streams are on, so that people can watch and view without having to watch ads and be interrupted from, like, if I'm talking, or if they're paying attention to something that they want to see. Yeah, it's what I was thinking. That might be smoke, Richard, because you see these little clouds down here? This is what I'm thinking might be smoke, but I'm not sure. I can't tell you that. But you can send me that smoke link and I'll show the smoke up there in Canada. By the way, that makes me wonder, has there been any earthquakes? Because there were no earthquakes yesterday, except I think there was one in Canada. Let me see. Has there been any today? There has been one today. There was a 3.6 earthquake. Let's see if we can find it. There was a 3.6 earthquake. No, yeah, 3.6 earthquake. It was 36.9 kilometers deep, 15 kilometers south-southeast of Port Renfrew, British Columbia. So over here. Is that it? No, that can't be it. Well, this is British Columbia. Am I clicking? I thought I was clicking on the right one. Guess not. Where are you? I'm clicking the purple one. There it is. 3.6 says the purple one. I was right. It's over here near Victoria, Washington State. Well, is that Washington State? Wait, yeah, that's Washington State. That's Olympia. So it's over here in the Strait of Juan de Fuca. And don't say Wanda did what? So this one was 36.9 kilometers deep. That's pretty big for that area. I'll bet you they felt it here in Washington State. I know I lived in Tacoma, Washington, which is, let's see where Tacoma is. So I lived in Tacoma, Washington. It's Olympia, Tacoma. I lived here. And there was a 2.5 earthquake while I was living in Tacoma, Washington. And it felt like a wall came through my house at the same time. And then the apartment started vibrating. So that 3.6 was probably felt. So that was for today. And then yesterday there was a 1.3. Believe that's Quebec. It was a 1.3, 13.7 kilometers deep, 23 kilometers north-northeast of Saint Anne de Monts. I'm going to say Queen Charlotte. Watch, it's Quebec. Because Quebec is over here. So if I was correct, that earthquake was over within this area here somewhere. And there's the 1.3 for yesterday. I'm getting good at looking up these ones. Wow, I got that coffee in the morning makes me move song in my head now. Okay, you sent a link in chat? Okay, so we're going to look at the smoke that's going on here in Canada. So I was right. I'm pretty sure that that is the smoke that we're seeing on here. If you look, you can see smoke over here. So these are the fires that are ongoing. Oh, there's some more fires now, Richard. This fire is not contained yet. But this is the smoke that y'all are dealing with where you live at. And then it looks like there's some new fires up in these areas. There's 4 fires here. So this is the wildfires that are going on. There's also fires here in Massachusetts, New York, Pennsylvania. There's 3 fires, one in Virginia, Washington, D.C., and this looks like Maryland. And then we have a fire here in North Carolina. That's not good. We have several fires here in North Carolina. We have one by Fort Bragg. But I'll bet you this one here, usually when you see these near the military and stuff, those ones are usually, what do you call it? Set fires that are set to burn off underbrush so that there won't be any fires. So I'm not too worried about this one. You can see how much of the smoke is coming down across the United States. So if y'all want to look at that, Richard posted this into the chat room. I asked him to post it so that y'all can see where the smoke is coming from and where the fires are at. You believe there's a little fire all the way over here. Add that to my links. Okay. So I have that in my speed dial links now. Thank you, Nova, for posting that for me. Drive safely, Dirge 341. We appreciate you for being here in the chat with us today. Okay, let me see what else I got. I'm gonna check weather again, see if they've updated yet. Nope, they still have only the 8 a.m. update. So it's 8. It should be another update here soon. So I'm waiting around for the next update to come up so we can see just how stuck this hurricane. I think maybe it's probably a Cat 1 by now. But we'll see. We'll see just how stuck it is. It does look like it's moving just a little bit, but then it looks like it doesn't move again. It was moving like it was moving off towards Florida. But it is going through eye wall replacement, so we'll see. I just don't see an eye anymore. Maybe it grew so powerful it blew itself out. Now it just looks like a big thunderstorm. Yay! Oh, wait. I'm probably wrong, but yay! But if it gets over into this area, you guys, the sea temperatures over here are a lot warmer. They're around 91 degrees. So if it gets over this way, it's going to pick up fuel for the fire. Let me see if I can find Okay, so here you go. This shows the water temperatures right now. I'm not sure how to read this, but this is Fahrenheit here. Okay, 95 degrees Fahrenheit is the pink, and the purple is 86. So you can see that these are the warmer areas right now in the ocean. And this map is above, it's updated daily and shows ocean water temperatures as recorded 19th August 2025. So we're looking at these areas right here. We can see that the storm is here, but as it gets closer towards land, it's going to hit hotter, warmer water. Yep. Thank you, Riley's Law. So this is what we're looking at. If y'all want this, I'm gonna put this link in chat so y'all can look, because it is updated daily. That's what I was looking at, because it is in a warm area. But right here, it's about, oh, it looks like 75 degrees. But if it moves just a little bit more, it's going to be hitting that 95-degree water temperature. And that'll really cause it to take off. Riley's Law says, I think you are right. As it hits that shelf, the warmer water is going to beef it up some. I'm just looking at it stretching all the way over here towards I believe. Yeah, South America's over here. Reach, reach, reach. I'm feeling sorry for people that are living over here in these countries, because they're just getting inundated with water, with rain and wind and rain and wind. I still don't see an eye yet, so I'm waiting for the next refresh. Yeah, I don't see an eye at all. Because the eye was here. So, it was there. And I still don't see it. I don't see it anymore at all. Maybe it's that little dark spot. Jamaica, Cuba, Dominican Republic, all of those areas right now. There's been a 1.6 in California. Well, I've been saying I hope this hurricane goes away. So hopefully we're watching it being torn apart. That would be nice. Don't go away, Matt. Just go away. Probably no such luck, though. Because this area here is reaching up towards where it's nice and warm. And you can see this is popping up all these storms here. Richard says, nature can and will take down anything humanity can put together. Nature really doesn't care about you or your stuff. Are you prepared? Good question. Are you prepared? For some of y'all don't know, I did write a short preparedness guide, which is listed underneath my video in the description. It is available on Amazon. It's just a short preparedness guide that you can keep with you. so that you can jot down notes at the very back of things that you may want to have with you in an emergency in case you have to bug out or bug in. A lot of people call them go bags. Can either bug out at home or bug out away from your home. It depends on what the situation or the emergency is. I wrote the book for both. Wow, this hurricane is really getting tore up. But it's also getting bigger, so we'll see what happens. Because as it wraps back around, it's going to kick that dry air out. It is getting big. I mean, look how close it is to North Carolina now. Oh my goodness. Reaching, reaching, reaching. It reaches up to what? Right about here? Yeah, it's coming out there, look. And these areas here, going to start seeing storms flare up here. I see a bad moon arising. I know trouble is on the way. Don't go around tonight. Don't take your flight. There's a bad moon on the rise. CCR LOL, not the song for today. If y'all hear clicking, it's because I'm over here. I have work to do at the same time. I am checking people into earthquake groups. So if you hear me clicking, I apologize. But my thing is going to pick up clicking. Let me see here. I'm going to look at something. Bathroom on the right. Get it? So you guys, just so you know, Hurricane Erin is expected to grow as it moves over the Atlantic. If you are on the East Coast, it is going to cause dangerous rip currents, heavy rain, and strong winds along the East Coast. This storm has been downgraded to a Cat 2 as of today. We'll see what it says in a little while. I believe in an hour it should update, or 45 minutes. But it still packs a powerful punch. Hurricane force winds are forecast to extend outward up to 80 miles from the center. And Tuesday's advisory says that tropical storm force winds are expected to extend outward up to 205 miles. So, do you see the hurricane is here? This would be hurricane force winds. Out here, on the outsides, would be the tropical storm force winds. Wrightsville Beach Ocean Rescue has about 70 rip current rescues on Monday. So please stay away from the water. The swells are producing powerful rip currents that can create extremely hazardous swimming conditions. Safety of beachgoers is always top priority. And Ocean River Rescue Director Pam Profit is stating that they are urging everyone to follow the advisory. Other coastal towns, including Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, and Wildwood in New Jersey, have issued similar advisories. Heavy rainfall is forecast for Wednesday night into Thursday on the Outer Banks of North Carolina. Evacuations have already been ordered, and people are evacuating. As of Tuesday morning, the hurricane was 720 miles southeast of Cape Hatteras, North Carolina, with maximum sustained winds of 110. Fluctuations in strength are possible over the next few days, and Erin is currently moving at 7 miles per hour. The center of the hurricane is expected to pass east of the Bahamas. So it's going to pass east of the Bahamas on Tuesday and then move over the western Atlantic between the East Coast and Bermuda on Wednesday and Thursday. So Bermuda is out here, you guys. It's right out here. So this is Bermuda. Bermuda. Let me see. I can show y'all Bermuda on Google Earth. So y'all can see where Bermuda is. And I can also show you the hurricane on Google Earth. So that's the cool part. So I'll show you this as soon as this opens up. Open, says me. Okay, so let's go here. I've got weather turned on, so let's turn on weather. Okay, so I turned on weather. Let me close again because it didn't open up yet. Okay. Gotta wait for it to open. I don't know why it's not wanting to open for me. My Google Earth doesn't want to work, you guys, so let's go over here. Sometimes, some things don't want to work. Alright, so there's a better way to do it. There. I'll just do it this way. Okay, Google Earth. All right, so we can see where the hurricane is on here. So, that's Australia. All right, so y'all can see the hurricane is here in this area. And as we go out here, you can see this is Bermuda right here. So this is Bermuda out here, and it's expected to pass in between Bermuda and North Carolina. So it's here, so it's expected to go this way. I think maybe it's going to go this way. Okay, so that's what I'm thinking. Can't believe my Google Earth didn't want to open. Well, that's weird. Haven't had that happen before. There we go. I had to open the file location. You didn't like that, did you? Huh? Okay, so I've turned on weather. So I'm waiting to see if it'll populate. Populate weather. My goodness. It's not wanting to show weather. Well, that's weird. Well, y'all saw it on the other one. Oh, wait, here we go. Now it's going to show it. Okay, so this is the hurricane here. And you know what else? It's actually going across, I believe this is the 5th latitude. But it is actually on top of a plate line here. It's the North American Caribbean transform boundary. So, wonder what earthquakes we're going to see from it. This is Cuba here, Haiti here, Dominican Republic here. Turks and Caicos is covered by the hurricane. And then it's supposed to go up this side of the Bahamas. And then we can see our other system here coming off of South Africa, sorry. So looks like there's a few systems that are behind it. So we'll see what happens with those. Yeah, that's what I was noticing. It does look like it wobbled east and then went south, then went off to the west, then stalled. Hurricane Erin is drunk. Yep, it might be. I don't know what's going on. Maybe every time they fly the plane in, something's happening, but we're not going to know. There's definitely something going on there. Can I show you what's under Bermuda sometime? Well, I don't think I would know how to do that. The only things that are under Bermuda's out here. So you got Bermuda off of the East Coast within this area over here. So you have the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, and then the Bahamas. And I would say that's what's under it. Unless you got the Atlantic Ocean out there. Do not take your canoe out today. Yes, boating is probably not a good idea right now. There is a lot of rip currents. Oh, underground. Oh, I don't know what's underground in Bermuda. I know that the Bermuda Triangle's out there. Things come up missing. Planes, boats, people, Bermuda Triangle. Ooh. They have not updated since 8 o'clock, so the next update should be at 11. And the next update should be at 11 o'clock. So that will be within a half an hour. And then, after the next update, I will probably end the live stream and then go live again later this afternoon. We're just waiting around to see what's actually happening. I'm going to bet, and place your bets now, I'm going to bet that it's been downgraded to a Category 1. Because it looks like it's being ripped apart. Ripped apart. Erin don't know where it's going. Maybe it doesn't want to come to the United States. And it's doing the refusal. I wouldn't want to come to the United States right now either. It says, aliens not allowed in the United States. No passport, have to turn around. It might get it might get picked up by ICE and removed forcefully. Just kidding. Not a good joke. I know. That was bad. It's beginning to look less and less like a hurricane. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see. Here's another view of it in a different angle. Okay, so you can tell what it's doing here, but the eye wall has disappeared. So I'm just showing the powerful parts of the storm, but it still looks like a hurricane, you guys. I'm just joking about it. The eye wall has disappeared, though. I do not see an eye. So if it's still going through eye wall replacement, but it is as they said, it is getting bigger. So we'll see. Let's see here if I can provide y'all other views. That's the view I'm showing y'all right now. Here's a dirty. Whoa, check out the United States. Whoa. Check out this big swirl out here. These are all swirling. This is ozone. Long wave. Let's see natural color. I like this one personally. And that's air mass. Hope y'all enjoyed that. If y'all haven't used it, the site is Goes. I don't know, Richard. I have no idea about the Atlantic anomaly. I don't really follow along that close with that. I do know that there is an anomaly that is moving between the Appalachian Mountains all the way up towards Canada. And it's moving really slowly, so it's going to take millions of years. But it is actually moving towards Canada. You guys, anybody that asks, I no longer have a mailing address. So I closed my P.O. box. It was too expensive to keep a P.O. box open. And so I did close my P.O. box. I'm not going to give out an address at this time. If you or anyone else has mailed me anything, it most likely will get sent back because I no longer have a P.O. box. However, if you do feel like supporting the channel at all, I do have a PayPal that Nightbot's posting, and that does go a long way towards helping with electricity and the internet. It is not necessary to be on my YouTube channel. It is appreciated when somebody does help out. Also, we do have memberships on this channel. I believe they are $1. I forgot how much they're set for, but I set them to the lowest amount possible. We will be having member-only chats and member-only videos here in the future. I just need more than 2 members on the channel, and then I will start doing member stuff. Also, any music that is played on my channel is music that I have made and is also available on my other YouTube channel. So you're welcome to listen to that at any time. I will give you a link to that channel. And you're welcome to click on that and listen to the music that is on there along with this channel. Also on that channel, I'm going to start doing a lot of things such as I've been playing around a lot with VR. I don't know if it's going to post it, but I tried. I've been playing around a lot with VR, and I'm learning how to do earthquake updates through VR. My moderators are not expected to get memberships. They will automatically be able to attend any member videos, so that is not something to have to worry about. Also, as you talk in chat, you will notice that you get a crown. And the more you talk to each other and the more you say things, the more likely you are to take away Richard's #1. Just kidding, Richard. But it's a crown for it shows who does the most talking, and it's a top fans thing. It is free, so it's something that YouTube set up, so I have no control over that. And YouTube does that on most all channels now. Also, you spelled crown wrong, Nova. Also, if you want to check out the weather in your area, all you need to do is put in apostrophe weather, and then right behind that, the city or town that you want to check. And then it will tell you the weather for your area, such as I'll put in, let me see here. I put in weather for Washington, D.C. Dinge says the fight for #1 has begun. Mortal Kombat theme plays. Oh my gosh, you guys. So anyway, I live streamed from like 6 o'clock yesterday morning until almost 2 yesterday. No, until almost 1. Then I came back and I live streamed from 2:30 until 4. I'm going to tell you what, I was so wore out last night. I was like, oh my goodness. My voice was gone. It was a fun day though, and thank you guys for everybody that was here yesterday. I had a blast. Old school, we go on SNES. Atari. Oh God, I remember playing Atari when I was little. That was fun. Miss Pac-Man. What was I forgot the name of the game where you had the little thing that go in across the bottom and it had to stop all the blocks that were falling. That was fun. Um, I enjoyed Atari when I was little. I would love to have another Atari system. That would be cool. I don't know if they make them anymore though. Mortal Kombat and Atari would be interesting. Oh, I played Mortal Kombat when I was younger too. Yep, I played that. And fight. The games these days, I don't think they're as interesting as the ones we played when we were younger. Asteroid, there you go. Yep, that was it. Asteroid, Miss Pac-Man, Mr. Pac-Man. Played the cars, race cars. That was fun. Yeah, that was fun. Always lost when I played Mortal Kombat though. I wasn't the greatest at it. Call of Duty on Atari? You know, I've never played Call of Duty, so I wouldn't know what it would be like on Atari. I'm going to have to check into that, Richard. I know you want me to play Call of Duty. So you'll have to teach me how to play that. My daughter plays this dinosaur game. Hang on. Let me see if I can find the name of it. Hey, what's the name of the dinosaur game you play? Why? Because we're talking about games. Yeah, my daughter says she plays Path of Titans. So I don't know very much about that either. And then she plays some dinosaur game, but she said, I'm not telling you the name of that one. I think she thinks I'll go play it. I think they still make Atari systems. Then again, if we're talking favorite games, Dragon Warrior was and still is my favorite. And that's from Dirge341. Well, the games that I like to play these days are very far few and in between. Once in a while, I will play a game that I have on my phone. It's Pet Rescue. Uh, it's a brain game, so you know you got to solve puzzles and stuff to actually move ahead. And I've had it on my phone for 14 years. I can't find it online anymore, so it's on my phone, so I decided I'm not deleting it. You'll teach me live stream? No, I think I'm teaching you live stream. No, I don't want to learn live stream because if I learn while I'm live stream, then I might get embarrassed and then I'll run away and I'll go hide. And then I won't be your friend no more. Oh. Okay, what we got going on? It just switched back over. So let's see here. Waiting to see if the eye's coming back. I still do not see an eye, you guys. Oh, cool. Board games are fun. I used to play a lot of Monopoly. I don't think I remember how to play Monopoly now, but I like playing chess. And then the other game I liked playing was a card game, was Uno. You need a what, Nova? They made a Space Invaders board game? I'm gonna have to look that up. Space Invaders board game. Whoa, cool. Hey, to them, I'm gonna look on Amazon and see if they make Atari still. Amazon.com. Let's see. Atari. Atari. Oh, they got the Atari 2600. Dude, they sell Atari Pac-Man Edition console game and wireless joystick for $169. Oh, they got the regular Atari too for $129. Dude, they still have Atari. They're making Atari again. Well, I found one for $79. Ooh, someday when I'm rich, I'm going to buy an Atari system. You watch. I'm going to teach my kids the fun things in life. The real games. What we had when we were younger, and this is it. My granddaughter would probably love it if I got an Atari system for her. I'd give her something fun to do after school. There's 341 says, "Oh Lord, what have started LMAO?" Got me over here looking up Atari systems. Dun 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 dun. This looks like Pac-Girl. It's a Pac-Man over here. There we go. Pac-Man. Okay, so what we got new? I don't see anything new yet for Hurricane Erin, except that it's expected to grow. So that is the only new news that I'm seeing that's coming out. It's expected to grow larger and bring dangerous rip currents. But I'm still waiting for the 11 o'clock update, and that should be in 15 minutes. There should be an 11 o'clock update. I think Nova ran away. You never know in this chat. We talk about all kinds of stuff. I actually looked up the Space Invaders board game. That's really cool looking. I don't know where Georgia. I don't know where Nova Scotia earthquake went. He said he needed a cigarette, and he said, "Be right back." I think he went to his man cave though for something else. He's probably looking to see if he has an Atari system. Just kidding. It looks like there's been an earthquake down there in New Zealand. Let's see, I'm going to look at GeoNet real quick because I see an earthquake posted. Latest earthquake in New Zealand was a 3.4, 9 kilometers deep, 5 kilometers southeast of Kaikoura. And then the one before that was a 3.8. And the one before that was a 3.8. I'll show you what I'm looking at here. So I'm looking at the latest earthquakes. Well, let's look here. Oops, I was looking at the wrong ones. Latest earthquake was a 5.0, 33 kilometers deep. And then before that was a 1.4. This 5.0 occurred 14 minutes ago. Let's see exactly where. It says 5.0, and it's down here, right here. So there has been a 5.0 in New Zealand. And it's right there. That's what I was looking at. It was listed, but it is not listed on EMSC. And that's what I was noticing is EMSC is not showing it. If you look at EMSC, they are not showing any New Zealand earthquakes. Wonder if it's under the seismic data. It's not even under the seismic data. Interesting. I'm not sure why EMSC is not showing New Zealand's earthquakes, even though that one just occurred. So I am not sure why EMSC is not showing it. I will pray for your cat. Maybe he got a home. Maybe he figured out that there's a hurricane coming and he needed to find somewhere safe to go. I hear you, Durs. Durs says, I'll admit, I'm an all-around nerd. Then again, it doesn't help that I work at a retro gaming store. 8 hours of fighting my inner nerd so I don't waste my paycheck. I hear you on that. I think all of us that are involved in science and all of this, and I'll admit I am a nerd too. Come here, give me a hug. Come here with my hug. Hurry up.
Are you sick?
What's sick?
You.
I love you.
I love you.
Are you ready to go back to school?
Yeah.
Do you want one of these?
Yes.
Because you were going to reach for it without asking.
Okay.
Okay, I'll open it for you, okay?
Okay.
What did you have for breakfast?
Nah.
What did I feed you for breakfast?
No.
No, what did I feed you for breakfast? You had a bowl of...
Cereal.
And what else did you eat? Your mom fed you too.
Chips.
So she gave you chips for breakfast. All right. Well, that's not very healthy. Here you go. Go sit down. I love you. You want a drink?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, here you go. I already opened the lid. This is vitamin water, and it's good for you. Okay, go sit down. Love you. Yes, Nova Scotia, you are too. Never thought I'd call somebody a nerd. Hey, you're a nerd. I definitely am. I'm a nerdess. I'm into science and history and social studies and geology. I get fascinated just by flowers. Don't give me flowers though, because I don't like flowers. I like the plastic ones. They don't die. But you give me a flower and it dies and I feel bad. Okay, we're coming up on just a few minutes. Let's see if there is a update yet. "11 a.m. update is up, you guys." So, share this 11 a.m. update. I was right. It did drop speed. It is moving at 9 miles per hour still, and it has a minimum pressure of 961. And it is moving northwest at 9 miles per hour. So, let's see. Has this changed at all? It does show it going more over South Carolina, North Carolina, and Virginia. So, this is Bermuda out here, you guys. This is where I was showing y'all Bermuda is at. So, it is supposed to go in between here. But it has dropped down to 105 miles per hour. So, I think the Saffir-Simpson scale, and let's look... I believe it's still a Cat 2, if I'm correct. But it's 105 miles per hour, so it is still a Cat 2. So, I was wrong about it being Cat 1, but it's close. It's only 10 miles off of being a Cat 1. So, this is the Saffir-Simpson scale. So, yeah, it is still a Cat 2. But it's very close to being a Cat 1 right now. This is our rip currents here. You can see all the warnings are up. Very high for rip currents here. It's moderate all the way up here in Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Rhode Island. And this is Erin right here. Oh, Erin. Storm surge warnings. This is where the storm surges are expected.
10 in the morning.
Pink is storm surge warning. It's 11, sweetheart. So pink is the storm surge warning for the areas here. And this is intertidal. So blue is greater than 1 foot above ground, where they're expecting the blue areas. And if you look, you can see that they're expecting greater than 1 foot above ground. So that is flooding. At least I don't see any yellow on here, or any orange or red. Their key message for today is Erin is expected to produce life-threatening surf and rip currents along the beaches of the Bahamas, much of the east coast of the U.S., Bermuda, and Atlantic Canada during the next several days. Beachgoers in those areas should follow advice from lifeguards, local authorities, and beach warning flags. Tropical storm conditions and coastal flooding Tropical. Did that just ring in? That rung in for New Zealand. Tropical storm conditions and coastal flooding are possible in North Carolina Outer Banks beginning late Wednesday or Wednesday night, where tropical storm and storm surge watches are in effect. Enters in along the U.S. mid-Atlantic and southern New England coast and on Bermuda should also monitor the progress of Erin, as strong winds are possible Thursday and Friday. Heavy rainfall from the outer bands of Erin will continue today for the Turks and Caicos and through tonight for the Bahamas. Flash and urban flooding are also possible. Tropical storm conditions are expected in the Turks and Caicos Islands and in southeast Bahamas for a few more hours. Tropical storm conditions are possible in portions of central Bahamas today. And here you can see likely times of arrival. So that would be over here as well. So we can see this looks like it's changed a little bit, because it had been Thursday up here and Wednesday here, but now it's Wednesday 8 a.m. to Wednesday 8 p.m. throughout South Carolina into North Carolina, and then Wednesday 8 a.m. through Thursday 8 a.m. it will be off the coast here. Thursday 8 p.m. it will be off of New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Rhode Island. And then Friday 8 a.m. it'll start where Nova Scotia is to Friday 8 p.m. And then we will be up to this island here. And I would love to know the name of this island so I don't keep saying this island. But I need to look that up. I should look that up. I will look that up. All right, so that's what I've got for you as far as the updates. Our tropical warning cone shows our cone is here. Now remember, the eye can travel along the outside. It doesn't have to go just down the middle. They just use this as an explanation. This shows where our hurricane is at this moment. So that is this morning's update. Let's take a look at we can see that this one here is at 60% and it has a 10% chance through the next 48 hours. And then this little guy over here has a 30% chance in 48 hours and a 30% chance in the next 7 days. We can also see that there was a storm up in this area and it has disappeared, so it's no longer on the map any longer. However, this one here, from watching Wendy, it's just going to do this and follow Erin on out of here. This one here looks as though it is going to go down into this area between Dominican Republic and Chile and Mexico. I believe that's Chile. That's not Chile. Anyway, in between Mexico and Dominican Republic. All right, you guys, so that's the 11 o'clock update. Hope y'all are doing well. I am going to end my live stream now, and I will be back up later. I am going to go live probably around 2 o'clock, and then we'll stay live until 4 so we can see what is going on this afternoon. I need to get some things done. It is 11 o'clock here. I hope that you all are doing well. Thank you for being here with us for this morning update. I think I went live about 7 o'clock this morning. So, anyways, you guys, I will be back on later today, and then we will do another update. So, around 2 o'clock, so if it's 11 now, around 3 hours from now. Anyways, you guys, hopefully by then, this hurricane will start moving in some direction. Even though they say that it is moving at 7 miles per hour, I am not seeing really much movement on here. It does look like it has stopped for the most part. All right, you guys, thank you, Nova Scotia Richquake, for being here for this morning's update. George Mitchell, thank you for being here. I know you're probably just waking up. I started early this morning. So, Sean Nugan says, I am going to have 15 wins. Okay. I will see you guys at about 2 o'clock this afternoon, so in about 3 hours from now. I will go ahead and set the live stream for 3 hours from now. That way you won't miss it. Also, if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon, so that way you can make sure if you select all, you won't miss any live streams when I go live. All right, guys, please remember to tell someone you love them. Tomorrow's never promised, and make each day an adventure. George Mitchell, thanks for modding. Nova Scotia Richquake, thanks for modding. Welcome to our new members, Sean and Dinge, into the chat room. We appreciate everybody who chats, and we are grateful for you being here. All right, you guys, I will see you all later. Much love.